Sandeep and Bhushan, welcome to India today.
Thank you.
Very excited to speak to you guys on two accounts. One is I'm personally excited to watch the film like perhaps the rest of the country and the world. I want to quickly start the conversation by speaking about the trailer. Because for me, the journey of Animal began with a teaser, but the dent that it left on our minds and our hearts was actually with the trailer. I want to speak to you a bit about the process of cutting a trailer, because it is a very important platform. It's your first impression that you're leaving with your audience. How does that work for you, Sandeep, as a filmmaker? When you sit down to cut a trailer, how do you operate?
Because I know what is in the market already. I mean, the audio teaser and the teaser and the songs. We know what all images are left into the crowd, into the public domain. So we have to make sure we have to say something new which you have not seen before, and I have to convey the story also. And I very much knew that it is not a fast-cutting trailer. It is holding the. All I wanted is to hold the attention and tell the story a little bit about, more than the teaser. Actually, Ankit Menon is the editor of the trailer. We both were there, but majorly he sat for a long time. So yeah, so the whole idea is to present the story and tell the audience that it's a big film. It's like a show. It's like, I didn't want to, cut it very speed, make it pacey or
Yes.
that, which will not work for the favor of the film in totality.
For example, the father-son scene almost felt
So
like an
40
extend.
seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a conscious decision to make
That
us
was a
feel
very
like.
conscious decision to get into the story. Open with the conflict was a conscious decision. So that's what I did in the teaser also. So it is, yeah, because I could have had a very small trailer, but that will not work for the favor of the film. So we didn't expect that trailer will be such a magnanimous hit. I was always trying to be true to the totality of the film. So yeah.
Bhushan, I also feel that there is some sort of a bromance brewing in Animal, and I'm not only speaking about Bobby and Ranbir, I'm also talking about the two of you, because you've sort of navigated and found a way where there is more than just common ground, where creative minds meet. It's very important for somebody who's a director to have a vision, to get the backup that Bhushan provides, and somebody like you to have a director who also is able to follow that vision. I want to speak to you a bit about that, like sort of finding that, navigating that. Your creative process is very interesting. I know you sort of almost lived in this building for a very long time. You gave a lot of your lifetime to the film. And Bhushan, if you could sort of throw a bit light on his working style vis-a-vis other directors.
See, from the day one, means from the time means when we did Kabir Singh, and after that my relationship with him became more stronger, and we decided to make Animal together. And when he narrated me the one line of the film, so I think on the one line only, he never narrated me the whole script, but on the one line,
Starting in the beginning.
on the one
Do you
line,
remember what the line was?
it's a film about father and son. How a son loves his father so much to a different extent. It was just in one line he narrated me the idea, and I was sold for it because I love my father so much. So I can understand the kind of, because we have always, obviously I've seen his work in Arjun Reddy, I've seen his work in Kabir Singh. I know how he handles relationship, how he handles emotion. So that thing, one line was enough for me to get into it. And then obviously the kind of director he is, and I understand him very well now, means what he wants to. I tried to give the complete freedom to him, in which he was the deciding factor. Only in terms of music we had an arrangement that he will definitely be as per his situations and the screenplay and all. Because we run a music label from such a long time, and he understands that I have immense knowledge about music also. So he will just run through me the songs, this song I am putting in the film. Like I still remember there was one song which we both have logged in for another composer for one particular situation. But then he came up with another song, that is Satranga.
Right.
And he said, sir, this song is going much better in this situation for me, and it is a hit also, you listen to it. And I think I heard one time and I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
"Okay, keep this song,
Yes,
forget
yes.
that song."
Yeah.
So that is the kind of relationship we have, and in terms of whatever he wanted, in terms of action, in terms of he wanted to do a background music, he wanted anything he wanted. He wanted to go to London for that. We were thinking we'll go to some other country, but he said no. My screenplay goes into London. So that way we were totally with him, and because it all this happens of one thing, that is trust.
Right.
If you trust a director, and he's not only my director, he and his elder brother Pranay is my joint producer also on
Yes.
the film. So we have made the film together. That's why you see everywhere it is T-Series and Bhadragali together. So I'm very proud to be associated with them, and we are doing lot more work together also.
Lot more work is interesting
Yeah.
because that is sort of opening the audience to then kind of get more. I want to touch upon music because he brought that up. You both have that in common. You have an ear for music, and it's a very particular ear for music in terms of sensibilities. It's just a God-given gift, I feel. Music always is, right? You have a penchant for North Indian music, Punjabi songs. Kabir Singh saw that. This has that. Is that just a sound, an organic flavor that you go towards, or it's just a beat? What is it that sort of gets you moving towards that?
Somehow when you are in the story itself, it's just a what do you say, intuition or a guess, or you can say it's a feeling. Sometimes you definitely feel you need a song here or in particular way. So it's and sometimes that's why you feel in Kabir and Arjun and even Animal, you never feel "Arey Gana kyun aa raha hai?" It's always like my all songs are like seal. First song out of all the songs, only one lip sync song is Arjun really.
Yeah.
And it is so much rooted, it has so much culturally, it's so rich. Even the singer's voice, the lyrics and the music. So I didn't dub into any other South Indian language. I'm just keeping the song as it is in all other languages.
Right.
So because अगर वो गाने को recreate करना impossible. अगर कर भी दिया तो meaning कुछ और होगा.
Correct.
There's no point doing it, I thought. And lip sync also will be something else. So
Right.
it's better not to confuse the audience that way. So
Absolutely. I also feel we are living in an age where a success or the excitement for a film is also gauged by the internet. The internet is an interesting place to be. A lot of opinions we agree, a lot of times we disagree with it. The memes on Animal have been just exemplary. I think people across age groups have been sharing that. One in particular has been with a scene where Mr. Bachchan and Akshay Kumar are doing a scene from a film called Waqt, which released early in 2000s. Again, a very similar father-son dynamic relationship. Have you watched that? People are drawing parallels between that and...
I watched it when I was in college. I remember I watched it when I was in Dharwad. So, but I don't remember anything. I remember that there's a rift between father and son, but it will become, the issues will be solved in the climax. It's that kind of a story.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reactions to Rashmika's scene in particular, where there is a particular clip that people have reacted to. They are feeling that the dialogue perhaps is not very audible, or there's a certain...
No, because that's a very emotional dialogue. It's a very long scene. It comes on the edge of the scene. So, there's a lot of shouting in the scene. There's a lot of screaming in the scene. So, your voice goes into some particular sound. So that's why you're feeling like that. But when you watch the scene in the totality, you'll never feel that. So, see, because she's clenching her teeth and saying it, so obviously it sounds different. Even I knew when I was cutting that maybe 20-30% people might not understand. They have to watch it again to understand. I thought it's okay, multiple viewing ho jayega. So
it has got multiple viewing. I mean, that again, like I said, has become a big highlight of the film. This question is for both of you, and starting with you. Quentin Tarantino in an interview said that violence is one of the most fun things to watch for. His take on violence is a very different take. He sort of made a genre in himself for that. You have your own take on that in Animal. I want you to sort of, I want to understand from you, what is your take on violence in films in general? Do you feel it's a color that people get to play with?
I mean, it's end of the day, it's a film. It's an entertainment, area. So we should not compare it to the real life. It's very much that it's a film. It's not real. But trying to make it as real as possible, which will make the audience glue into the story. That's our job to do. So yeah. So I I'm not saying I like violent films, but I like to see action episodes in the film.
Absolutely. Bhushan, the film is going to be Ranbir's biggest opener. It is already setting records. It is slated to be one of the biggest hits of the years. The tickets that have been selling per minute, per hour, per day are numbers that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. It just shows that there is excitement in audiences to go to theatres, something that we were battling for a very long time. That has changed now. As somebody who produces films through the year and has a very creative take on that, your association with Animal also feels very personal. You really feel very invested in this, like a lot of other films. What do you make of these numbers, these metrics that people are now discussing? There are records that are being set, personally.
So everything happened. A big film is going to release. So yes, the advance numbers are very exciting. So we are hoping for a big opening number all over the world. So let it happen. Record will be broken means once it happens. So let it happen. And hopefully it happens what we are expecting now and which everybody is expecting now after seeing the advance booking.
Is it easy for you to let go? Like on a Friday, how do you operate? Are you somebody who puts his phone on an airplane mode? I know you wouldn't do that, but are you somebody who's like then looking at numbers? Reviews again is an area I'm not getting into, but how do you process a Friday when a film comes out?
See,
what's the metric like?
Usually what happened for Arjun and Kabir, we had a premiere one day before, and वो खत्म होते ही post discussion, partying, and usually by the time you wake up it's already
You're making it sound so like
yeah,
easy and normal.
Yeah, it's like post like 1:30, 1 o'clock you wake up when you sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, and your phone is buzzing, and and you get up and go to a hall. You're just visiting different theaters and seeing the public reaction, and that's how it was for Kabir and Arjun.
Right.
I hope it will be the same for Animal also.
Has your take on film reviews and critics changed?
I feel the same because they haven't changed. So I think I will also not change my opinion. It's yeah.
What do you make of people who are saying that Animal perhaps is your middle finger to everybody who felt like you're going to tone down and were saying that he should or he should not? There were forums and discussions on the internet and everybody had an opinion, which is fine to have. But there were a lot of people who also felt like, oh, look at the trailer and the teaser. He's like telling a big, I'm doing my own thing, guys.
Obviously, right? I'll do my own thing and yeah. मतलब कितने लोग होंगे वो लोग 20 लोग होंगे 25 लोग होंगे उनके लिए तो नहीं बना रहा ना फिल्म में तो yeah.
We have to speak about Ranbir in the film. I know how close you both are to him. I mean, I can't even begin to get the feels that we are getting when we saw the trailer. Absolutely killer, got us goosebumps when we saw that. Physical transformation, the mental depth of the character that he's got into. He is an actor who is a director's delight, who's a producer's delight. Every time you meet him, you're just in awe of his class. He's a class apart. What did you discover about him, Sandeep? And first of all, were you a closeted Ranbir Kapoor fan, or were you open about your love for him?
Yes. I'm following him from Wake Up Sid. I watch all of his films. I loved every film, every performance. Maybe very subconsciously I'm a fan towards his films and his work. And what surprised me was he's very good at action, which he never did in previous.
There's a scene that he's done, a long scene which he's done himself, right? I think I read.
Yeah, there's a
lot of scenes he's done himself.
Whatever action I saw in the film, whatever we captured, he was flawless. And coming to performance, this very effortlessly he did it. I never saw him preparing much for a scene also. I mean, I never saw him, okay, now give me 10 minutes to leave and I'll come into the in front of the camera, just leave me alone for 10 minutes. Like that, I didn't see any process going on also. It was very, I feel like he's a very effortless, great actor. Frankly, kitna bhi bolu wo kam ho jayega. You should watch the film. And it was great working with Ranbir Kapoor. I would love to work with him again and again.
Bhushan, what do you have to say about Ranbir?
It's a delight working with him. When initially also when we were planning Animal, when he went for the narration also to him, he had his thoughts. Means he's the person who can do this. So means I share a very good relation with him from long time. I had more relation than him with his father.
Yes.
So he knew that. Means we had that kind of relationship, and always, I look up to him like means he's that kind of dedicated actor who who doesn't believe in number of days, who doesn't believe in number of hours. He just believe in
Yeah.
good work. You know, I remember telling me, he said, what kind of actor he is? Means, you know, we went for shoot to Kullu, and because of the snowstorm and all, he had to shoot I think giving a
Almost
break.
like we shot for 22 hours.
22 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't think many actors will say, no, yaar, I can't do 22 hours. It's not
Yeah.
possible. But this person didn't give,
Yeah.
कि नहीं यार मैं देखता हूँ सोचता हूँ. No, he said no problem यार. I know it is a natural calamity. करो. And he has done this very often. He don't mention any number of hours in his contract. He never mention, which many actors do, a number of days in his contract. You know, so that way he is a super delight working with. Whatever he doesn't interfere in the creativity. He gives his opinion and then he leaves to the director. He's not कि नहीं नहीं ये करो ये चाहिए मुझे ये ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए. So he is very comfortable about it. Even when you are cutting a teaser, when you are cutting a trailer, you're cutting a song, he can give his opinion, but he will leave everything to the director, and he have full trust on the on the director. And in terms of marketing also, when we were planning the marketing, we want to do the marketing in a very selective and different way, which will reach the audience, and we will not do the very regular stuff, which always every film does. So he accepted that, and today he tells us, you know, our team, our T-Series marketing team, it was a fabulous job done by the marketing team for the promotion of the film. So that way he is a brilliant actor to work with. Otherwise these days many actor gets involved in marketing, in editing, in trailer cutting, everything.
Yes.
बहुत ताजुब की बात यह है कि मैं एक बार भी नहीं देखा गुस्सा होते हुए.
What are you saying?
भाई आदमी को गुस्सा ही नहीं आता क्या करना है. मैं पूछा बहुत बार. So he said, Sandeep, I think you are not satisfied with my answer. You are asking me this for the 14th time. I didn't even realize that I asked him so many times. So he never gets angry.
And then the rage that he shows when the camera is on.
Yes. Even in one of the interviews in the South, they asked me, how did you think about Lover Boy, Chocolate Boy into this? I said, like his previous films, there are few scenes where you could see there's a lot of rage in his eyes.
Yeah.
In films like Rockstar and even in Tamasha, a few scenes. Only few snippets of it can make any filmmaker believe that this guy will be a great performer in an action film or a revenge drama. So मैं कुछ ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाया उसमें because he's a great performer, so he can do it. मतलब ऐसा feeling आता है कि he can fit into any role. ऐसा होता है ना, there are great actors, but you feel sometimes कि नहीं यार ये actor ये नहीं कर सकता, सब कुछ कर सकता, ये role तो नहीं कर सकता. वैसा नहीं है. I don't think there is a limit for his performance. So.
What according to you is an underrated Ranbir Kapoor performance that we are all sleeping on, that we haven't realized and we are like, we haven't admired it? Is there an underrated?
Rocket Singh. नहीं?
But Rocket Singh, I think, in fact, is one of his most celebrated and loved performances in fans in general. I personally...
maybe because the film didn't work at the box office, शायद मुझे ऐसा लग रहा होगा. But yeah.
Bhushan, you have a choice. You have a pick that you felt like is RK's underrated performance that we have been sleeping on. We've not realized how great it is.
See, in every film there is different kind of performance which this actor does. So I don't think obviously he has to work as per the script, as per the director. But I'll talk about Animal. In Animal he has surpassed all the kind of, whether it's emotion, whether it's action, whether it's anything, aggression, everything. So you will see the film and then you will believe what we are talking about. The glimpse obviously we have got from the trailer and the teaser. But from the film you will get the exact Ranbir Kapoor, what he is capable of doing.
We are sitting at the backdrop of this poster, and like I said, I feel like there are multiple collaborations that I can already see coming through. You both geniuses sitting here. There is Spirit is what I've heard of, and there is another untitled Allu Arjun film, and I'm guessing there will be many, many more, because if two people who get along and have a cohesive partnership come together, then there is no bounds, right? What do you have to say about that, Bhushan?
Sandeep
is asking you, sir.
you have to say.
Yeah, we'll see. When you have a great comfort and trust in a producer, why there is no need for you to go and work with another producer. That's what I believe. So in this process of making this film, I never had any problem with the producer. because he never gets involved in my making, or he'll never even ask me. So मतलब और क्या चाहिए? You have comfort and you have trust, and I don't think so any director needs anything more than that. And being such a big music label also, music maybe, matlab I had full freedom.
You're spoiled
Kabir
by
also,
choice by Bhushan.
Animal also, yeah. So usually he will involve himself a lot in other films' music, but मुझे तो छोड़ दिया. Yeah.
Bhushan, you, because fans are obviously excited for these future collaborations.
The future is we are doing Spirit.
Definitely we are doing. Next year it's going to start.
Next year we'll start Spirit with Prabhas, and obviously Allu Arjun film also we have announced, that is also on the cards, and mostly we'll with God willing we have a sequel to Animal also.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Like I can see already crossing them.
Means he already had something, but obviously we have to wait for the success of Animal to go into the sequel.
Yeah, there could be a universe, like I
Yeah.
said, like you could, I mean, people are talking about cinematic universes, there are characters, there are plot lines, timelines you can explore. From what we are going to see perhaps, and post-release there'll be a longer conversation to have, I'm guessing. There are so many possibilities, endless. Fans are also asking, now that you've worked with the Kapoors, are the Khans like on the wish list, is a question a lot of directors get asked.
Yeah. I know, yeah. I'm a big fan of Mr. Shah Rukh Khan.
You watched Jawan, I believe.
Yes,
I heard you say.
and we watched Pathan also. When we were shooting in Delhi, we pura team jaake dekhe, so we cheered for the film. So definitely, if I get a chance, I'll lap it up. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fantastic news, that the fact that you're going to collaborate on more projects. Wish you all the best for Animal. Can't wait to see it. And bring us 2, 3, 4, bring us as many films as you want. We'll be there buying tickets for it. Thank you.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.